Every day, thousands of traders enter the financial market. And there is one compelling reason for this. You can make a lot of money here. However, we all make mistakes in trading and as a result lose our hard-earned capital. In this video, we will talk about how to avoid these very mistakes and make your trading more profitable. Additionally, I will share with you a trading system that will help you find certainty in the market. Enough with the extra words, let's get started. Well, friends, let's connect the indicators and start today's trading session. In my setup today, I will be using two indicators, which are the Vortex and the two moving averages. You could say it's three indicators. We will be capturing the crossing of curves as well as their divergence. In general, the essence of the strategy is quite simple, but it is essential to correctly sense the situations, when to enter and when to ignore the signal. As we go along, I will, of course, explain everything. In fact, one of the most common mistakes is the rush and lack of awareness among beginners. Trading is one of the most challenging professions. Here, you constantly need to remain extremely competitive and continuously maintain your edge in the market, even when you are, in principle, well prepared. The settings I use, you can see now, you can save them, and in principle, use them exactly as I do. However, by the way, most often, many beginners are poorly prepared to enter the market. They feel as if everything will work out for them. But as a result, they lack any foundation before a trading session. This is understandable. Definitely inflated expectations, and as a result, the draining of the deposit. Today, we will address these issues. I will give you not only advice, but also understanding what to do about it and how to proceed. We will discuss how to develop correctly. The expiration will be, as usual, 1 minute. I will once again accelerate the deposit. Let's get started. I will also begin my trading on the currency pair, Swiss franc Japanese, and here we have a breakout of the moving averages with impulsive candles, ascending green candles. This means that you can continue to work out the position in the long accordingly. I have time while the price rise continues, so let me draw what I mean exactly. Here we have a progressive breakout. The curves are making a good upward slope, although there was previously a bearish trend. Everything looks like a reversal of the chart in the vortex. We also have an almost impending crossover. The signal is not very convincing, but I am, so to speak, getting a bit ahead. At this moment, at this particular moment, it is a strong signal for us because, as I said, there was a bearish trend before and the price was declining. Before copying my settings, in general and indicators, using them, starting your trading session, you must understand that you are competing with strong, large financial institutions, hedge funds, and other professional market traders who know their business very well. In order to compete with them on the same playing field, you must at least understand that you need to, again, do your homework every day and constantly study the market and be in the trend to manage all this perfectly. My first trade is in profit, laying the foundation for today's acceleration. I hope everything will work out further. We have a small correction is starting, but I will still re-enter the market as the signals generally align. The impulse of the bullish movement is very good. We will most likely see further price growth, so yes, I am back in the market. Let me draw for you the logic of my trades. Look, the rebound is obvious because we have a level here. Yes, that is, but the previous candle has already tested it and possibly it will return to it for a retest. That is, we know that buyers are gaining strength here. And possibly the price will enter a sideways movement, but it will do so around the level. Well, besides, this is my second trade, so I'm not really stressing about it right now. By the way, this is my second attempt at acceleration today. The first one ended on the 6th trade. In general, regardless of whether you're a fundamental trader or a technical one, you should have a daily routine that you follow to execute your trading plan. In the process of real trading, you did everything flawlessly, without any emotional fluctuations. I'm sure everyone has heard stories about people who consistently made money and then completely lost it all. Why does this happen? From a psychological perspective, people always want to be right. It's not surprising that many experience this feeling. In fact, the desire to be right. You won't limit yourself and your losses when the price goes against you. Because when you are wrong, in other words, you simply accept your mistakes and agree with them. No one accordingly ever wants to do this. So look, the only certainty in the market is uncertainty. Large unexpected losses caused by trading are a mistake made by many beginners here. People. Here I open for an increase and in no other way, essentially. In Vortex, we have a huge gap in the curves, especially such a strong field. Yes, it means that the asset is rapidly moving in one direction or another. In this case, it is aiming for growth. The divergence of moving averages also confirms this fact. Most likely, the resistance level will be broken through now. And there are certain reasons for this, which I will discuss a little later. Look, in general, beginner traders mistakenly believe that the best trading strategies are those that show and provide the highest percentage of profits and profitable trades. As a result, they usually choose strategies where the profit ratio is 70, 80%, 90%. Such strategies do exist, yes, but these strategies often carry a high risk of losing the entire deposit because they usually have a very low risk to reward ratio. Try to approach the selection of your trading strategy wisely before you start trading with it using real money. First, just test it on a demo account. Let's switch to another currency pair for now. There's nothing interesting here anymore. So friends, you should not believe the myth that a strategy with a higher profit percentage is better than one with a lower level. You should focus not only on the profit percentage, but also consider the risk to reward ratio. For each trade you open. Look, I'm currently in a long position because there was a breakout of the moving average. And here we observe a divergence in movement. Locally, the support zone is shifting slightly higher, and we expect the price to close at least a few points above my entry point. Right now I'm trading against the trend, but that's not a problem, because usually all movements have their beginning and their end. When I first started trading, I constantly lost money, friends. It turned out that the market always went against me. I think this might be familiar to someone. That's why I too often took little profit from my trading sessions. In the end, you could say that I still lost some money. For example, out of 15 trades, I had 9 losing and 6 profitable ones. On the losing trades, I lost $90, and on the profitable ones, I earned 60. As a result, the loss amounted to $1.30 respectively. It's dangerous now. I might get wiped out. I didn't expect the selling to start. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. In any case, there is a pullback exactly to the point we need. Great friends. Yes, it's not always precise, but usually I see such a pattern. In this case, the expiration worked in my favor. Excellent. I've already earned $120. I think everything is going pretty well. Let's keep going. We definitely won't be stopping the acceleration here. So earlier my profit was too small because I traded very poorly, and this mistake gradually depleted my deposit. That's it. It's time to work off the support level. From the resistance level, or rather friends, now I will show you how levels are usually drawn in order to identify them. That is, they are located approximately at the transitions between candles, like here and here. And in the middle of one large one. Yes, like this, the main thing is to have a strong trend. If it were weak, the levels would be unconvincing. In general, it's better to wait for an obvious reversal signal. Such a strategy ensures that you will earn more profit to offset your losses. Well, in principle, it's not bad at all. Listen, for the second time, I believe that my analysis is working out in the most detailed way possible. So what attracts many new traders, friends? And what leads them to financial crafting? I mean the temptation of quick money. Beginners believe that to make money in the market, you need to trade around the clock. However, this is far from the truth. In fact, I would say the truth is quite the opposite. 2 seconds until the deal closes, perfect. In general, what's important is not how you trade, but how well you trade. We are not paid by the hour here. So take a step back and start focusing on making and opening fewer but higher quality trades. Now I will show you another condition for entering a short position. Currently, the signals are very strong. The first thing I looked at was the vortex. It has a smooth and stable movement as the lines are close to each other and still go straight. This is good. Then there was a breakout movement downwards, which disrupted the previous upward movement. Further, price decline can be expected. Let me put it this way. Experienced traders know that determining position size is crucial for success in trading. In fact, it is often the difference between a good result or a complete failure. It is important to adhere to strict parameters for determining position size and use some fixed calculation model. No guesses. Or intuition should be involved in this matter. Pure mathematics and cold calculation. It may not sound very fun, but this is trading, my friends. We are not playing games here at all. We are here to earn real money and quite a lot of it. Here I also remain profitable. The signal is not entirely obvious here. It's unclear how the price will react to the level, so let's move on to the next currency pair. For the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Let's stay here for a while. Look, another problem beginners face is that they often calculate risk based on the last trade. They rely on a pre-planned model. Now I've opened a short contract in the direction of the price movement. This type of signal has already shown itself to be quite good, so let's see how it performs this time. Look, I grew up in a middle-income family, so we were constantly saving money. We often bought goods that were sold at the lowest price during sales. And this definitely influenced my trading. In my early days in the market, I used the same principle in my trading. I wanted to open contracts at the lowest prices and confidently make a profit at the moment when it would be high. Therefore, when the price was at its lowest, I expected a reversal and waited for a pullback signal. But often the trend continued its movement and the reversal never happened. That happens, friends. There's nothing scary about it. I thought the market was in an oversold state, so to speak, and missed prolonged trends. This behavior pattern cost me many missed opportunities, so keep that in mind. And we are moving on to the next currency pair. Let's go. All right, friends, a great trade. We're going long. Now, I always know that the market is never too oversold or too overbought. I think you're familiar with this scenario and understand the reason why I opened this particular purchase contract. Look, here we can clearly see that there is a breakout movement, which has good potential for further price growth. Vortex, also a crossover. Friends, to be honest, trading can be very exciting, and we have access to a multitude of indicators, trading systems, tools, strategies, and so on. And like most beginners, I try to learn every new trading strategy and determine the best one. So that is price action indicators, harmonic patterns. I tried absolutely everything. Since I used several trading strategies simultaneously, there were often situations where I received two opposing signals. For example, with price action, my analysis indicated that I should buy, while the indicator showed overbought conditions. Accordingly, I should sell. Due to the multitude of different signals, it was difficult for me to enter the market. By the way, my balance is already $1,300, friends. I just now noticed, while I'm talking and telling you all this, time flies by almost unnoticed. I like it. Honestly, I'm telling you. In the meantime, I'll look for another currency pair. It's unclear how the price will behave at this level. Let's go. Friends, realizing the problem, I abandoned all trading strategies that didn't work for me or didn't suit my trading style. When I did this, I was able to analyze the market more clearly and objectively, as I do now. Look, the crossing of indicators loses its meaning if a candle like this has recently formed. It resembles the inverted hammer pattern. It's a doji, well, a reversal. Usually this means that the market, let's say, is about to reverse now. And it will reverse towards a decline. Perfect? Absolutely. Clear. It's not in a hurry yet, but we still have 30 seconds. No big deal. In any case, even visually, it was possible to determine that we are about to have a reversal. This is an overbought zone for the price. In general, beginners often experience emotional highs and lows in their trading when the price moves in their favor. They feel joy. When the price goes against them, they feel sadness, pain, and disappointment. When they have a losing trade, they are overcome with despair, depression, and the desire to recover their losses, which is even worse. Obviously, this is not entirely good. Everything I mentioned before. Therefore, when a new opportunity for a trading session arises, Try to always disconnect your emotions as much as possible. So, a great trade in profit. If, for example, your last trade was unsuccessful, try to step away. For 10-15 minutes, relax, let go of that thought, and continue your trading session with a clear mind. I will trade on the correction going long. We see that the trend is in a back quote, so we determine the nearest maximum. And this is the level from which the price can bounce and start to rise. Excellent. Vortex. So far, it doesn't give us any specific clear signals. Therefore, we wait within this minute for the price to rise. So friends, in general, emotions should not determine your trading decisions under no circumstances. This trade is prone only to beginners in general. You understand what I'm saying? You will understand the market only when you can manage your emotions. Then your eyes will open to everything that's happening. Absolutely. So the price is still being pushed down. I am currently as calm as possible, and I'm not upset because, as I say, this is my second attempt at acceleration. Well, objectively speaking, there's nothing terrible, even if there's a small drawdown right now. Friends, it's wonderful, just excellent. I think we can work through this sideways trend once more, even though it's currently at the resistance level, or maybe we'll open a trade to go down $3,000. Let's go. The main thing was fine, overall excellent. Here we have a pressure level, which is indicated by both the moving average and the vortex. A reaction might follow from it. One way or another, the trend on the chart is downward. You can see that. Let's see, 40 seconds until the end of the trade. In general, friends, please remember, the first step in correcting your mistakes is acknowledging them. Take some time to review each of your trades from your trading mistakes, see which are most relevant to you. You must make an effort to address your weaknesses. Keep in mind that there is no final destination. When it comes to trading, you all must constantly resolve and constantly improve. Even a 10-year veteran in trading will tell you that he is still learning something, friends, just to increase his efficiency, and is looking for ways to do so. Friends, $5,000, $6,000, $394. How do you like that result? I think we can wrap it up here and move on to summarizing a wonderful trading session. Friends, my second attempt at acceleration, and I am finishing it at today. It's just wonderful. I am honestly immensely happy and always very glad when it works out quickly. Let's accelerate quality. Let's summarize the results. You can't say for sure where the market will move. It's also impossible to be certain whether we will leave with a profit or a loss. So don't judge yourself. Please, if in one of the cases we couldn't make a profit, that's normal. Such situations will happen regularly and constantly. The main thing is not to stop, to learn and develop. Also, watch quality content. If you want more of it, then of course, subscribe to my YouTube and Telegram channels. Links are left everywhere possible, friends. Click the bells to stay updated on everything new. In general, also write comments. Once again, I say your support inspires me. I wish you more kindness and profit. Peace above your head. See you soon, friends, on my channel. Goodbye, everyone.